This year our Vagabond trip would take us to Colorado, and it would start out with me meeting Robbie up at Hog Creek Campground next to Lake Thunderbird just outside of Norman, Oklahoma. These campsites are only $16 a night. The bathroom and shower was not that far behind us. The lake was right across the road from us, and we had a perfect view of the lake. Check out that view. I normally put my tent up before I leave on these trips, but for some reason this year I didn't, and I paid for it because when I unpacked my tent and started to set it up, it was just some kind of twisted mess. Fortunately, Robbie showed up a few minutes after I got there and he helped me get it all straightened out. With camp set up, we enjoyed the cooler evening temps and watching the moon come up over the lake. There's something calming yet energizing about waking up in a tent next to a lake early in the morning before it gets hot outside. I have to admit, I did enjoy this view for a moment before I went outside and had breakfast with Robbie and Zane. It was Friday morning and we didn't have to meet the rest of the Vagabonds in Colorado until Sunday. I had no idea where we were going to go or what we were going to do, but I knew we had plenty of time and we were going to enjoy it. We decided to go west across US 62 because there's nothing to see along the interstate. And then I saw the Wichita Mountain, and I forget that there's a mountain in Oklahoma. I'd been here before, and I knew that Zane and Robbie would really enjoy it, so we made a detour up to the top of Mount Scott. We also stopped at the holy city of the Wichitas. Built in 1934 on 66 acres in the Wichita Mountain Wildlife Refuge, it's home to the longest running Easter pageant in North America and tells a story of the birth, life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. I really enjoyed the artwork in this old church. I really appreciate all the detail, all the work that goes into creating this artwork, especially the work on the ceiling. Fort Sill is also located here, and this is where the Army trains soldiers to fire artillery. And I just had to stop and take a picture of the sign because you don't see this every day. I saw this old gas station in Hollis, Oklahoma, and just had to stop and take some pictures. When we got to Amarillo, we stopped at the Big Texan Steak Ranch, which is known for their 72-ounce steak challenge, which is 4.5 pounds. It's $72. If you eat the steak, the salad, the shrimp cocktail, the baked potato, and the roll, it's free, but you only get an hour to eat it in. While I was waiting for our table, I went into the gift shop and saw this Western Diamondback rattlesnake on display. In less than 24 hours, we would come face to face with the rattlesnake in its natural environment. Believe it or not, this guy's name was Elvis, and he went around from table to table and he took song requests and sang songs and played the guitar for tips. We didn't try the steak challenge, but this guy did. Notice that table was kind of up on the stage and there's 6 chairs there, and then there's a clock behind them, a countdown clock with 6 times on it. Then this guy actually finished it in an hour. After dinner, we went to Cadillac Ranch, which is right next to the interstate just west of Amarillo. And I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get any good photos because it was getting dark. But I later discovered that the darker it got, the better the photos were. I used a flashlight and it just seems like the colors on the cars popped out so much more with the dark sky behind them. While we were waiting on dinner, we started looking for campgrounds in the area, but we couldn't find anything. So we started looking along the route we were going to be taking, and I found a campground that was actually in the city park in Dalhart. And Dalhart is the last town that we would go through before we crossed into New Mexico. We got there around 11 p.m., so we had to set up camp in the dark, and we obviously didn't get any pictures of that. We do have more actual video of this trip once we get into the mountains, so please make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss the continuation of this story. But for now, make sure you check out the link in the description. From there, you'll be able to see more photos and details of this trip. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.